Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot January 2020 Monthly Horoscope. And this is for you coming from Taurus. Well, first, let me show you my email address. In case you want to send me an email to talk about a 90-minute session with me for a personal reading, which will cost you USD 50 to know your next 8 or 9 years, or in case you have any other questions. Now, the first card that I'm going to pull is going to do with your first 15 days of January. And I'm going to talk to you about your job area for you coming from Taurus. And this is not a very good card. Finances are all tied up. So, getting a better job, getting more money, getting anything like that is going to be coming very slowly. So, other than patience, I'd rather that you continue where you are because being adventurous in your job area would be taking too much risk for you coming from Taurus. Now, what about your business areas? Let's see your business areas. Well, this is a better card, except that you see the sign of the planet Mars, which means that don't take risks in business in the first 15 days of January. That's what the card says. So the problem is risk. So carry on what you're doing in your business, consolidate, which means work with what you have, and try not to be adventurous in the area of business. Be too much to lose. Now we're going to talk about business. Yes, I finished business. What about an ongoing romance? Well, an ongoing romance, an ongoing romance. You see that black moon, that simply shows unhappiness, depression, regret. So there may be some problems for you. If you find a new romance in the first 15 days, be careful that all this regret and unhappiness can be shown. So you may inherit somebody who is not a very happy person. It's a card of Venus, supposed to be happy, but it won't be. So you'll be happy meeting this person, but in the first 15 days of January, slowly you'll find that you are not very happy with all things that are happening. Okay? Now, what about an ongoing romance that you may be having right now? Let's see how that's going to pan out for you. And what this card says. Well, this is a much better card, but for me, it's a card of loneliness. So, if you have an ongoing partner, you'll feel lonely if there's no communication and no togetherness. You're waiting for all that to happen with this card. And so tell yourself to communicate is you listening to me, and that will improve the ongoing romance. Communicate. Don't let it remain lonely. Now, what about your marriage? Your marriage. Let's see what the card says for your marriage. Oh, this is a card of separation. Well, the separation may not be physical, it may just be mental, it may be emotional, it may be not that there's no sense of cooperation. So you have to do something about it with this card. And what do you do? Since you are listening to me, get the levels of cooperation and communication going. Tell yourself it's only the first 15 days of January, not the first 15 years. So see it through in the first 15 days. And if you follow my advice, you will try to build up a sense of togetherness. Go out again and be happy all over again. And that will make your marriage just wake up to a good something. Okay? Now I'm going to talk to you about your last 16 days of January. And we'll again start with the job. And so let me shuffle the cards. Okay. For you coming from Taurus, yes. Where your job is concerned, you have many enemies. Let me put this card properly. You have many enemies, and you have to find out who in your job area is going to stab you in the back or put blame on you. So it's the last 16 days of problems which may come suddenly and unexpectedly, or they may already have happened in the past and you may again get a backlash. So you have to be very careful in the last 16 days. that your job is not secure simply because somebody is creating problems for you. So find who that somebody is and improve yourself. Now, what about business in the last 16 days for you coming from Taurus? In the last 16 days, yes. But there are many signs on these cards all over the place, very hidden. That's what Kabbalistic cards are good for. And so with these cards, where your business is concerned, unexpected problems are going to come. Trouble with authority can be seen. So watch out that your business, don't let it make many mistakes. And also you be careful that overconfidence is going to get you into trouble. So the last 16 days of January, you don't want to be overconfident and you don't want to try your hand at financial risk either, because this card is not a very positive card. So lie low, consolidate, which means whatever business you have in hand, just look after that will do. And now about romance. A new romance, should you find one in the last 16 days. So let's see what these cards are going to say. The card says you're going to find very unexpectedly someone showing interest in you, or perhaps you showing interest in somebody. But there's a short circuit going on, which means there are complications going on, or it may mean that it's an off and on thing. So wait and see in the last 16 days if you find a new interest. Wait and see, because it may snap off anytime or break off anytime, and it comes suddenly and unexpectedly. It may be very exciting, but it also is going to be very risky. So be cautious. And what about an ongoing romance that you may already have now? How is that going to be in the last 16 days of January? It's a card of sunshine. So your ongoing romance needs a burst of vitamin sunshine. So how do you do that? You create in the last 16 days the possibilities of doing things, making plans to give some kind of new energy to your ongoing romance. And that will be the way for you to make your ongoing romance happy. If you do nothing, it's going to be just remaining as it is, very unexciting. So improve it, give it a new life. Now, what about marriage? The last 16 days. Let's see. Let's see. What about marriage? It's a card of power. In marriage, you don't want to show power. That's the first and worst way to create differences. So don't show power with this card. Tell yourself that what you want is togetherness. So give way. Try to be a person who is resolved to find ways to keep your marriage happy. Make that energy work, because this card can show that if you show either you wanting control or your partner wanting control, then the trouble will become worse. So is you listening to me? So you don't want control. Be that negotiable and wonderful person that you really are, and you will see you can make your marriage situation much, much happier in the last 15 or 16 days. So it's a bit of effort, that's all. Now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky ages. You coming from Taurus. There will be some people in Taurus going to be more spectacularly lucky than other people. And let's see what ages the cards are going to show. All right. Okay. From this card, I'm going to say that if you happen to be the ages of 20 or 29 or 38 or 47 or 56 or 65 or 74 or even 83, you're going to be very lucky in something or another. Would it be the job? Would it be the business? Would it be the romance? Would it be the marriage? Would it be the casino? Would it be anything? So these are very exciting ages which I've just mentioned. Now, if you are not of these ages, well, that's when then you come and see me for a 90-minute session. And that will be for the next 8 or 9 years for you in all areas of your life. And we'll talk about that later. Now I want to talk to you about your lucky dates, DATES. And from this card, look at that. It's fire and it's ego. What an egoistic card. So I'm going to say that the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, and the 28th are going to be very important days and nights for you. So plan something. Is it for the job? Is it for the business? Is it for the romance? Is it for the marriage? Plan something to do. Go to the casino on the 1st, 10th, 19th, or 28th. You just do very well. So bookmark these dates. And now about colors. So what colors should you wear? Let's see what this card is going to say. Is the card orange? To me, it's orange. So try and wear plenty of orange in this month of January to get that added aura, to become very happy with it. And now we'll talk about directions. Well, directions simply are important because 9 planets have surrounded Earth. So when we look north or south or east or west when doing anything, we are facing a good planet or a bad planet. So for you coming from Taurus with this card, I'm going to say face southeast. Face southeast from this card, with this card. And when you face southeast, you will have a cluster of planets, which in the month of January will give you a lot of blessing in every area of your life and make things exciting for you. And now what about lucky contact? Now, you could make a very lucky contact. And let's see what do the tarot cards say for the month of, well, for me, this is a card of Pisces. So this card says that somebody from Pisces would make a wonderful contact to have. Or somebody from Pisces is going to say that they would be very interested in you. So a good contact would be made. And this contact would be to help you in job, business, finances, or in any area of your life to do very well. So this is the information I have. Now regarding my night of I'll give you some very important information. And with this important information will include how to reach that supernatural energy that you have. I have it, you have, everybody has it. People who become spectacularly lucky in the world, they have managed to contact this supernatural energy. Some call it the soul, some call it the guide, some call it the force of energy we have, whatever it is. I'll show you how to make that contact. And I will also show you how to get your lucky colors and lucky gemstones and lucky days and lucky directions, a lot of information from the universe. And I will also show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers, how to do it step by step. I will show it to you. All this is very exciting and very interesting. And in this 90 minutes, we'll be able to do all that. And of course, it will cost you USD 50 to know what's going to happen for your 8 or next year or 9 years and all this information I give you. So send me that email. I've shown you my email address. Just send me that email and make the contact and let me give it a try to help you to go beyond your capabilities, and we can all do that. Until then, thank you and goodbye. And I wish you a good month of January.